welcome to another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. In each episode, we take a look at a movie that is featured on Disney+. On this episode, we're taking a look at one of the movies that is featured on the AFI Greatest Movies Ever list when we take a look at The French Connection, starring Gene Hackman. And if you are enjoying these videos, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new video. Now, sit back and enjoy this episode of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we're covering The French Connection. This movie was released on October 7th, 1961. It was directed by William Friedkin. It is based on the French Connection novel by Robin Moore. And it was distributed by 20th Century Fox with a budget of $2.2 million and a box office return of $75 million. But let's take a look at the backstory. So National General Pictures was slated to produce the film, but ultimately dropped it with no reason given. Richard Zanuck and David Brown offered to make the film with Fox with a $1.5 million budget. The film gathered its inspiration by the French film Les Samouraïs, and the film was one of the earliest to show the World Trade Center on film. Casting for the lead role was a bit difficult, as Friedkin was not convinced that Gene Hackman could handle a lead role in a movie. Other people that were considered included Paul Newman, Jackie Gleason, and Peter Boyle. The film ultimately went with Gene Hackman, and it was shot around the many neighborhoods of New York City. This film has been credited often as having one of the greatest car chases on film ever. And the most famous shot came with the camera on the front bumper mount and would show the streets at a low angle, which had never been done before. Because of the speed of the car chase, the stunt drivers had accidental collisions with each other, but these were kept on film to ensure the realism of the film. So in terms of the cast, we have Gene Hackman, who plays Jimmy Doyle, Fernando Rey, who plays Alan Chernier, Roy Schneider, who plays Buddy Russo, Tony Labanco, who plays Salvatore Bocca, and Marcel Bozov, who plays Pierre Nicole. So in terms of the plot, this is a drama that portrays two tough New York cops trying to intercept a heroin shipment from France. An interesting contrast is established from Popeye Doyle, a short-tempered, alcoholic bigot who nevertheless is hardworking and a dedicated police officer, and his nemesis, Alan Chenier, a suave and urban gentleman who is nevertheless a criminal and one of the largest drug suppliers of pure heroin to North America. So in terms of the legacy, this film would be would win Academy Awards for Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor for Gene Hackman, Best Screenplay, and Best Editing. The film would inspire a sequel, The French Connection 2, which we will get to on a later video, as well as a made-for-TV movie called Popeye Doyle. So would I recommend this film? I think this film is a very interesting piece of cinema history. It's that 60s, 70s film style, where it's that really gritty type, kind of like real-life action movie mixed with a police drama. So it definitely kind of has that rough edge feel to it, which I think is really cool. The story is a little bit slow, but once you get through it, kind of the first little bit of it, it kind of picks itself up as it goes through. I think Gene Hackman does an amazing performance in this movie, and it's worth watching alone. So definitely one of those movies that I recommend if you're interested in cinematic history. In terms of a family movie, it is very violent and has a lot of racism in it, so it is recommended for older audiences. So take that in mind. So thank you so much for joining us here on another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. I would invite anyone to please leave a comment on what they think of The French Connection. And as we look forward to our next episode, we're going to take a little bit of a lighter tone when we take a look at the Disney animated movie Brother Bear. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.